Hi everybody, I'm Jamie Lafreniere from Fox Valley Symphony. We are taking some time for Amplify Our Signal to talk to some friends of ours in nonprofits in the Fox Valley region. And I'm here today with Brianna Jenkins from Fox Valley Memory Project. She is the program coordinator extraordinaire. How are you doing, Brianna?
I'm doing well, and thank you for the introduction. That's awesome.
Hey,
thank you so much for having us as part of this project you guys are working on.
Oh, absolutely. I love Fox Valley Memory Project. The symphony started working with you guys when you were doing Doctors in Recital with Hyde Music. So I got to know a little bit about your mission then. And of course, I fell in love, as everybody will. So tell us a little bit about Fox Valley Memory Project and what you do.
Sure. So Fox Valley Memory Project really is a very collaborative nonprofit organization, also small, which is where collaboration comes in handy. And much of our work is done because of community volunteers who help us to run programs when we were running them in person, mainly memory cafes, which are social opportunities for people to come together in a safe, inviting, open space where there isn't any fear of sort of judgment or anything like that, just really welcoming people in to be part of their community and engaged with others around them. We also have MindWorks, which is a facilitated program and really meant for folks who are living with memory loss separate from their care partners. And it's the only program really that we run where we really just invite people with memory loss to come and join, and it offers respite then for care partners, which is incredible and very much needed. We have TLC caregiver support groups. Those are really meant for just the caregiver. So we run those in conjunction with MindWorks so that there isn't additional respite time needed. It's sort of built right in. And then our Memory Loss Resource Center really is our phone number, our info at foxvalleymemoryproject.org, and the emails and just the conversations that we have to really share resources, share referrals, have people know more about our programs and what's available. And we also have our On a Positive Note chorus, which is a ton of fun, and it's a group of, well, the last numbers I got was around like 24 people, I think. And it's both people living with memory loss as well as care partners coming together to sing, because everybody loves to sing. And even if there's no singing ability, still welcoming in to just sing familiar tunes and build community with other people. And that really is sort of the bottom line almost of Memory Project, is to really be engaged, to build community, and to have a network of support. And that is meant for people with memory loss and care partners alike. Much of our programming really is very inclusive of anybody surrounding a person living with memory loss.
And that's why I fell in love with the Memory Cafes, because you do so much. You do art, you do music,
yes,
you do a lot of different things to get people engaged, but it's really watching both people with memory problems and their caregivers in a community. I mean, you really bring people together and they make those connections.
And that's what's really important, because, I mean, as people age, just think of as people age, even without memory loss or dementia, likely their friend groups and their social connections just sort of change and morph, and naturally some people sort of start to self-isolate, even outside of COVID, but really wanting people to start making these connections before all of that happens, so that there is still someone that they can reach out to, a familiar face. And even if the faces maybe don't seem so familiar, it just seems like people know that when they show up to a memory cafe or a Fox Valley Memory Project program, that they are among friends. And I think that is a true testament to really the culture that has been built around the programs that Fox Valley Memory Project does. And again, I cannot stress enough how much we could not do what we do without our volunteers. And we have a dedicated group of volunteers, many of whom actually began as participants with loved ones who maybe have since passed or who are living in care facilities now. And that maybe offers them some free time to be involved as a volunteer.
And that's really the missing piece sometimes is the caregivers. And you do such a great job of connecting the caregivers and valuing them and giving them community space also.
Absolutely.
So it really is both sides of that coin. So you guys are awesome. I said that already.
Oh, thank you. Keep saying the same things over and over again, right?
I will. But now, of course, our friend COVID has come to town. So how has that changed your mission, especially memory cafes? I mean, it's really hard to get together in person now.
It is very difficult. COVID has forced Fox Valley Memory Project to pivot in a direction that we maybe did not ever see coming. Mm-hmm. And we have tried to keep people as engaged as we can. So back in March, April, May time, we started by taking a list of people who are considered participants in our programs. And we engaged our volunteers to take maybe 1, 2, or 3 names and start with phone calls, checking in, how are you doing? Maybe introducing themselves because perhaps it was a person they had not met before. And just have a conversation. It could be 2 minutes, it could be 10, it could be 30 minutes, whatever the person really needed at the time. And then encouraging our volunteers to continue calling, whether it was weekly, monthly, whatever it is that worked out. And that really carried us through that first part of COVID while we were trying to figure out, okay, what else do we do? Yeah. So we took to Zoom and we started with our virtual Zoom memory cafes, and John and Susan McFadden were integral in starting these, and they were really on every single one with me. Nice. Trying to bring different ideas and sort of just test out different programs. So we started those, I think, in April, and we have been doing 2 a week ever since, and we are at the end of September.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is. It's even, I think it almost ends up being more than what we were doing in person. Wow. And at first people were really nervous, and then like people started jumping on like, oh, this isn't so bad. And now I think people are maybe getting a little Zoom fatigue, which I completely understand. But we have had really great response, and we've reached out to some participants and asked them about, how is this going for you during this time? And they said, they've been telling us how much they appreciate our persistence in bringing programming to people, even if it is over Zoom. And so we do them Tuesdays at 11 a.m. and Fridays at 1:30. And we just send out the links just to keep from any, I don't know, it was suggested that we email links. So we email them the day before, and we use our social media, our Facebook page, really to share the themes or the programs for the day and who might be facilitating. And it's another way to engage volunteers, get them to come on and do different programs.
How would people go about attending one of the memory cafes? Where would I find that information?
So our Facebook page is a good place to start, and then reaching out really to Memory Project, you can call or email. Email is info@foxvalleymemoryproject.org. And the phone number is 920-225-1711. That's a cell phone, so people can also text that number. But really, we started building an email list at the very beginning of people who wanted to receive the link each week. And so now I think it goes out to about 36 people, which is a good number, but it could be more. And we would love to have people come in and join. And I know that this is a hard time to bring on something new, but if not now, then when, right?
This is an easier thing to do because you don't have to worry about travel now. You don't have to worry about a ride or finding a ride or having somebody bring you. I mean, absolutely. Now just from the safety of your own home, you can do this.
And we do have availability of helping people either acquire a device to use. We have sort of outfitted some of our participants with Kindle Fires. We're looking into maybe some iPads and helping set up, at least get the Zoom app on there, maybe get Facebook on there so people can can use social media. And I know that there are quite a few other organizations in the area who are doing sort of like tech classes for our aging population, some different maybe senior centers and YMCAs, which is awesome. And so I think we'll be doing this for a while, and so why not see if getting connected works, you know, and if that's something that is interesting for someone, because we're also getting close to winter, and that is another, would typically be a little bit of a barrier, but now we're already home, and so let's get people connected before winter hits, and then we can stay in touch over the winter months.
And you guys do so much, and it's also wonderful. So how can we help right now? How can the community help you?
Like many others, I mean, donations are always welcome, but I think the number one thing that Fox Valley Memory Project could use is people knowing about Fox Valley Memory Project and people spreading the word about Fox Valley Memory Project. That is probably the biggest thing that you could do for our organization, is let people know that our organization exists, and getting materials. For instance, we have a new rat card that's specific to our virtual programs that we just created. Getting those and getting them into the hands of people in our community. That is probably the biggest thing. As far as volunteers, if people want to be a part of Fox Valley Memory Project and want to facilitate memory cafes or offer to bring these to community organizations or doctors' offices or libraries or wherever people are maybe going, those are the biggest things probably that will be helpful. And can reach out to Mike Rorcast as our executive director. His email is mike@foxvalleymemoryproject.org. You can also visit our website, foxvalleymemoryproject.org. And his name and email are plastered all over the website. And there's also a button there on many of the pages of our website where it says, I think, click for email updates. And you can click there and join our newsletter, which is distributed by Constant Contact and goes out currently the first of the month and then about mid-month. And it keeps people up to date of what programs we're doing. Most recently, actually, yesterday and today, we have done some outdoor events where people can come and feel still like they're safely distanced and healthy. Yesterday, September 29, we did a meetup at Riverside Park in Mena, and Alan Schultz came and played.
Oh.
And we had like 22 people come, and they had their chairs and their blankets, and we wore masks, and we had snacks, and listened to about an hour and a half of music, and people were tapping their toes. It was so good to see.
I love it.
Some people that I haven't even seen since March, honestly.
Yeah.
And so it was just so good. And I've been getting emails from people just thanking me up and down for having this event. And I'm so glad that we did it.
Yeah.
And then today, September 30, we're going to Heckrot Wetland Reserve and are doing like a little sensory hike. So hopefully the weather will cooperate.
I hope so. I think yesterday it
so.
rained out, so I think we're good today.
It looks quite sunny, so.
Well, thank you, Brianna, for everything that you guys are doing. Thank you. And you all at home heard what she said. Help us to spread the word about Fox Valley Memory Project. Share this video, go to their website, go to their Facebook, or reach out by phone. Please help them to spread the word about all the wonderful things they're doing, and help your friends and family get connected to some of these programs.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Brianna.
Thank you, Jamie.